Hello, this is Justin with Great Land Investments. And today I want to share with you a property that's 4.47 acres in the San Luis Valley of Colorado. So this is an overview drone footage of the property. Right now we're going to be looking to the northwest. You can see the mountains up there. This is just going to go and kind of look at kind of the outline of the property. So we're still looking to the west or northwest. That is the neighbor, the residential property that you've seen in some of the pictures. So now as we move, we're going to be looking west over the property, where the man standing is it's not the center of the property, but he's in the property. And then as he's moving forward, that's the area of the property. So now we're going to be looking southwest. You can see the road access. Now we're looking directly south towards San Luis, things like that. And as we're moving here, we're going to be turning to the east. So right now we're southeast. This is the road that borders the property. We're going to be looking east. So this road you can actually take out and it'll take you to San Luis. This is directly east over the property. We're going to be turning now, looking northeast over the property, and then we'll finish looking north. So this is north of the property, just everything of the property you can see. You can kind of see the border of your neighbor's property to the west. So now we're going to zoom out and look more about what's around the property. So this is going over kind of the boundaries of the property, and as we look up north, you can see some more residentials. You can see the mountains that are good for hunting. There's other activities you can do up here. Now we're going to be looking to the east. You can see some of the agricultural land up there, more of the mountains, the road. Continue looking east here. You can see their power lines are over there. If you wanted to get power to your property, that would be where you'd have to start. Now we're going to be looking down southeast. These are some more of the agricultural fields. This is just surrounding area. Down there, you can't see it, but on the other side of the mountains is San Luis. Now we're looking to the west. That's your neighbor's property, the mountains, and then we're going to be back to where we started. So that's a quick overview of aerial of the property, also aerial of surrounding area of the properties. You have mountains really close, residential really close, the roads are easy to get to, things like that. It's a great property, beautiful views. So this is looking west from the property. This next one we're going to be looking to the south, standing on the property. So this is just views from the property. This next one we'll be looking southeast. You can see kind of the mountains down there, some more residential. Now we're going to be looking to the northeast, up at the mountains as well. So this next one is just kind of a small outline, a zoomed out of where the property is located, San Luis and the highway. This one is just a measurement of what the property looks like, and then this last one actually gives you measurements. So it's like 557 by 557 by about 221. So this first city is Colorado Springs. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes from the property. This is going to be the nearest one for shopping and different things like that. This is to Alamosa, just 45 minutes from the property, another small city. And this is to Denver. So Denver is 3 hours and 38 minutes. It's your nearest airport, biggest city. Once again, this is an overview of Denver. This next one is to San Luis. So San Luis is your nearest city. There is small local mom and pop shop and things like that. It's 8 minutes away. This is to Red River. You can go skiing there, fishing, just some outdoor activities, about an hour and 4 minutes away. This is to Gator National Park, or Gator Reptile Park. It's about an hour. It's a really cool thing to visit, reptiles and things like that. This is to the Sand Dunes, not Rio. It's to the Great Sand Dunes, about 45 minutes away. And then this is to Tayo Ski Valley, about an hour and a half away from the property. Really good time to just go out there with family, with friends, go skiing, just enjoy nature. For those of you who enjoy hunting or just seeing animals, I just like to go over some of the animals that you can hunt in Colorado by the properties, different things like that. So this dot right here is a general area where the property is located. First, I'm just going to go through bighorn sheep. We'll look at where they're at in the summer, where they're at in the winter. So as we look in the summer, they're to the east of the property. If we zoom out, you'll also find them to the west. But those are kind of the areas for the summer range bighorn sheep if you're into those. In the winter area, it's very similar to the summer, just kind of a little scarce. They're a little higher up in the mountains because these are both mountains that surround the property down in here. The next one that we like to look at are elk. So elk in the summer range, you can see they have a huge range. So most of the animals, like normal, spend their times in the mountain ranges, which surround your properties. And then if we look at the winter range, you can see the winter they kind of come down a little bit. So you might even see elk coming by your property. That would be not uncommon, but it's possible just the way that they sit, because we know that this is a lot of vacant land from what we talked about earlier. Then we have moose. Moose in the summer. They're more northwest of your property, way up in here. Still an option to hunt in Colorado. You can see they're basically up here a few hours away from the property. And then the next one I like to look at are mule deer. They're kind of everywhere. Mule deer and white-tailed deer, we'll get to those. But we have the summer range. You can see you will likely see deer on your property running through, things like that, because they're all over here to the east of the property and over here to the west of the property, even some up to the north. In the winter time, it's very similar. You'll see them a little lower as well. Once again, might even see animals on your property if that's something you like. Then the white-tailed deer, the winter range is just to your south and to your north. They're not as big as the mule deer. The overall range puts them just in this yellow area, so that it is a big range, places that you can see them. Hunting is a big thing in Colorado. So the last one I like to look at are turkeys. So you can see this is our winter range with the lines in it over here. This is our overall range in the yellow, and then this is our summer range, not the lines but the summer range. So those are a few animals. Once again, sheep, elk, moose, mule deer, white-tailed deer. Those are some of the bigger ones you can hunt. If you're interested in hunting, you can visit this website right here. I just Googled Colorado hunting, but this will take you to the parks and wildlife. It'll show you how you can find hunting, reserve a spot, make a hunting reservation, things like that you need to do. Anything that you need to know about hunting, actually. Right here, you can buy and apply. You can call for questions. We know that that's a big thing that people like to do, so we just like to talk about that in our videos. But thanks again for watching. These are hunting areas in Colorado, different animals. Thanks. So here's an overview of the property. We'll show you kind of the land uses around you, water, contour lines, elevation, things like that. So we have the water features. You can see this is the property in this red here. These are creeks or streams that run not close to the property, but just around the area, so there is water in the area. Then we have our contour lines that we won't see until I zoom in, and then we're going to talk about land use. So we won't not seeing anything until I zoom in. As we zoom in here, it might get a little overwhelming. See how that all pops up. So just a quick thing. Yellow is residential, so you can see your neighbor next to you is residential. There's a few other ones around. Commercial is red, not your property, but like this one over here is commercial. And then we have industrial, which we don't see any purple. Well, there's some small purples down in San Luis. Green is agricultural. Vacant would be what yours is. It's the dark gray, and then exempt. So we see there's lots of vacant land here. We have the agricultural, so farming and stuff that happens around you. A few residential areas, some exempt. But mainly we're looking at vacant agricultural. And then as we continue to zoom forward, you can see there's more water features down here. So there is underground water that can run near your property. So as in a well, could be a water source, things like that. And we have the contour lines. So right now the property sits between 8,140 feet and 8,110 feet as you follow that one. So the property actually sits at 8,115 feet in elevation. You can see because of the contour lines that it's flat, which is really nice. It's a flat piece of land. So those are the land uses. Once again, it's vacant land. That's the elevation, kind of where you sit and where it is around you. As we zoom out, you can see that it gets a little steeper. It can get steeper because we have mountains to the north, up here, to the east, down south, and to the west. So you have mountains surrounding, but they're not super close by. Agricultural is a big use as we zoom in. Agricultural, lots of farming. But it's a great place, great piece of land, lots of open area, places you can go. There's things that are really close by, and we'll get into that as well. But those are some land uses, some places where water can be, and just general elevation. If you're interested in buying the property, this is where you can go, greatlandinvestments.com. The one that we were talking about today is actually this one right here, Discover the Wonders of San Luis Valley, with 4.47 acres of Colorado land. This is the one way you can buy it. You click here. It'll take you to see one of the pictures. It can show you the GPS coordinates or the address depending on what information we have. You can see the price, $4,899. If you scroll down, if you have questions about the property that aren't answered in the property description, you can send us a little message here and we respond within 1 to 2 days of any of those inquiries. You can watch another video, just an overview of the property. Then as you scroll down, you can see the property description, cash price. So if you want to pay for the in cash price, we hit buy now. It'll load up in the Moon Clerk, and you just fill out the information and hit next, and it'll send us an email. We'll go through and we get back to you within 3 days of you purchasing that. If you decide you want to do owner's financing, right here, this is the options you can pick. So we have 45 payments of $202.53 with a down payment of $686, or 78 payments of $146.92 with a down payment of $540. Those are the two options. It does include a doc fee. So we just click on this buy on terms. You select which one you want, and then same information as the cash buy right here. Click next. Once again, we get back to you within 3 days, and we get that process rolling. The rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. We just talk about the city that it's in, the state, the elevation. We can see that it sits at about 8,115 feet of elevation. We have the acreage of 4.47 again, legal description. This kind of just talks about it'll be a warranty deed that comes over to you. It is a clear title. You can click on this. It'll give you the PIN, like we've talked about in the other video. You can see you do have neighbors. This is your property, kind of approximate right there. So that's your property. It sits right there where you do have road access to get to it. And then if we go back to our listing, these are the corner coordinates. So if we were to put all 4 of those in, we would see an outline of our property as we've shown you before. There is no homeowners. The zoning tells you what you can do. Camping, if you have to camp, how you can get power, water, septic, or sewer, you need a septic. This is the approximate taxes. So currently, the approximate taxes are $81.72 a year. The terrain is flat, which is nice. And then if you have any questions, you can call the county zoning, verify ownership, make sure that we're all good, everything is good, things like that. Once again, here's a pin drop of where the property is and the images that some more images than what are in the video. You can see the corners of the lot, measurement of the lot, where it sits with roads, some Alamosa, great sand dunes. This one is, I believe, Red River, so fishing, outdoor adventures, skiing, things like that. There's lots of stuff to do in Colorado, and they're all close by. You can see this one's only an hour and 4 minutes away. San Luis 8 minutes away. But yeah, that is our property. Once again, we're at Great Land Investments. We'd love for you to check out this property, but not only this property. You can go to the Buy tab up here, check out other properties that we have for sale. We currently have 7 properties for sale, and we get new properties each and every week. So keep tuned. Thank you. Bye.